So you might be wondering why this video looks so weird. It's not my usual aspect ratio and also not my usual quality settings. But I had to do this because I had to up my FPS. Because this trick to go across the map really fast is very much dependent on a high FPS. So this car, the LM87, has a glitch where it just goes really fast if you have high FPS. It kind of at higher speeds kind of starts bumping the back, and that gives it continuous curb boost. And curb boost in this game, especially when you hit like a little curb, compresses your suspension and that gives you a little speed boost. And this car basically does it without any curbs, which is beautiful. So you can just go on a straight here and just go. Little disclaimer: I did this on 5M, so I didn't have this car actually, so I didn't want to buy it, so I had to do it on here. Also, that's why I had to put on like traffic, not being hittable, to make it a bit easier, because realistically speaking, trying to hit this in a real lobby, I tried it before, like before I figured out how to turn off, traffic collision. I crashed like around this part, which is still pretty far. So even if you crash, you're still faster than all the other cars. But yeah, having collision off definitely makes it easier, because also you have to sometimes let off the gas and then you lose some of that speed. As you can see, you also see the speedometer, like once you hit like 340, 350, something like that, it's really hard to get that speed back up, especially if you lift or hit like a little bit of dirt. So I actually did a couple attempts where I tried to not hit that. But as you can see, it's rapid. For comparison, with the other cars I tested, so for example the Pariah on this route did, I think in the end, a 306, 7, 304, something like that, just above 3 minutes. With some other routes, you could do a little bit faster, like 254, 255. But this car probably wouldn't work on those routes because they have a little bit more curves. That's why I took this route for this car, because it's just so ridiculously fast. And like I said, 307. Now we're minutes, and like the finish line is literally on like 2 intersections ahead. And with this attempt, we actually finish at 218. If you look at it now, like we hit this intersection 218. It's ridiculously fast. Even with the new Viper, it hit 230, the HSW version, which is still it's very fast for something which isn't glitched. Also high FPS. Also, you can play a normal resolution, obviously, right? Because you don't want to play like this all the time. I had to put it down. I think I had to stretch this in editing software, because I think it's like 700 by 1100 pixels, something like that. Normally I play on 3440 by 1440. But yeah, and then the second run. So yeah, let me explain why there is the second run. As you can maybe see, the back looks a little bit messed up. That's because, like, if you're on console, for example, where you can't increase the FPS dramatically, then you can do a trick where you kind of ram into the back of the car, like just back up into like a specific kind of barrier. Then you get your wheels a little bit, out of alignment. They're a little bit crooked, right? And this kind of gives you the same effect. And I decided, well, I'm not a console, right? So let me just do this, but also have high FPS. So this is the same settings as before, so the FPS is the same, but it has this extra boost added to it. And this actually helped. It was actually, I reached ridiculous speeds right here. Like going 350 here, and this ends up actually being faster, actually a little bit. Of course, little note to that, as you will see, the only corner that is on the track I take nicer on this one, but as you can see, I hit the braking point for that corner in this run at 203. In the run before, I hit it at, I think, 207. So there's like 4 seconds in between there. I take it a bit nicer, so in the end time is like 6 seconds faster. So you could be saying, yeah, it's 4 seconds faster instead of 6 seconds faster, but it's still faster. Also, a little note I might have to add, sometimes you hit FPS a bit different, I think also depending on how much things spawn in and where you look, I guess. So that could also have a little bit of an effect. But from what I've seen here, it's both just ridiculously fast, as you can see here, 212. It's just crazy fast way. Even a helicopter is not this fast. Only thing faster is the teleport glitch. Oh yeah, and by the way, as you see in the background, that's how you do the damage to the car if you're on console.